Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is This and That Tarot. Back with another general reading. This is going to be a love reading for all signs, so only take what resonates, collective. This is going to be a lover's reading. All right. So whether this is married, whether this is committed connections that you're in, new, already involved, take it how it resonates. All right. So this is the deck I'm going to be using. Cupid's Arrow Oracle. Yeah. So this is the deck I'm gonna be using. And we'll clarify if we need to. So this is gonna be an intuitive read. So I'm gonna give you whatever energy I get off the cards, whatever message is given to me to say. I'm compelled to say about each card if there's something to say. All right. So only take what resonates. This could be past, present, or future energy. This can be energy around you, collective, people around your person, places, times, and also events. All right. So I'm gonna take what resonates. Okay. But I've already pre-shuffled, so we're gonna get right into it. What message do you have for our lovers? What do they need to know? All signs. What's the message for our lovers that you have for us, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels? Anything else? You got self-limiting beliefs and you got fear. Anything else? My lovers, all signs, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels that need to know. What's the message for my lovers? Messages for my lovers. I really need to know what's going on with my lovers. The messages we have for our lovers. They only gave you two. I want to get a couple more. Y'all are doing well, blessed, and highly favored. All right. What messages do you have for our lovers? Married, committed, new relationships, old, any more? You got release. Give me one more. Give me one more, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Messages for my lovers. All signs. Messages for my lovers. What else is going on with them? They need to know. Give me one more. One more for the lovers. You got self-limiting beliefs, fear, release, anything else? You got awakening at the bottom of the day. You got one that fell on the floor. All right. The one that fell on the floor is putting in the work. All right. But you got awakening at the bottom of the deck. First one out, self-limiting beliefs. Negative thoughts are creating a roadblock in your life. So This is giving me like the Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's giving me like the Eight of Swords. Like somebody is allowing negative things. Like if it's something from the past or something that you feel like may repeat with the world in reverse. If you feel like it's something that, is seeming like it's getting off to that same start or false start or something that happened in the past is, triggering you or something like that. Or, oh man, what if that person, ain't telling me everything? Or what if this person just saying that to get back in my group? Or what if this person, it's like that. It's like a lot of self-limiting beliefs is getting in the way. It's causing you some roadblocks. It's those negative thoughts. Like your thoughts are creating a reality. All right. That only you are in charge of and living in. So if you don't want to live in that reality, don't think it. Because thoughts become things. And especially situations you don't want to, repeat or healing from when it comes to release that's out here, but you got fear. It's the next card that came out. All right. So you got expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. Just these two cards alone is spending too much time overthinking. Just do it. Stop being afraid if it fails. All right. It's like putting a quarter, in the little machines that used to be outside for the kids. It was like a rocking horse or a train or a car or something like that. And you put your quarter in there and it don't work. And you go in, you tell the people in the store, like, hey, the little ride outside for the kids, it don't work. Is there anything you can do to give me my quarter back? Or, is there anything I need to do to get it started? Or, what's going on with it? You may just have to, accept that they don't have any control over giving you that quarterback. That's not their property. All right. Whatever the case may be, may have to accept the way something is. Okay. And move on. Give your energy to things that you can change. I remember I had a ex one time and I still remember what he told me. He said, um, you spend a lot of time thinking about trying to get something to go a certain way to the point where the things that may need some time for it to go that way. It may not be able to go that way in the way you want it to go right now, but you neglecting other things that need your attention that can be changed, it can be fixed right now. But by the time you get to it, you may not have enough time. You may, you know what I'm saying, you may be so close to the deadline that you don't have time. And that's because you wasted a lot of time, you spent a lot of time trying to get something to go a certain way, turn out a certain way, and you getting frustrated with it because you waiting, trying to do more with it or trying to put more into it when it really is not that. It's the fact that you just need to give it some time. Okay. And whatever needs to be seen or whatever can be worked out with it, it may work itself out, or it may, the things that may work it out may be in the things you got, other things you got going on may end up giving you the answer to that. And when you come back to it, you'll know what to do. You just, trying to figure it out now, but you're spending a lot of time doing it and you're neglecting everything else. So you got, self-limiting beliefs and fear. It's the Eight of Swords out here. And the only thing is keeping you stuck, man or woman, is the fact of taking action, and that action not being something that is beneficial or is, effective, especially right away. All right. The next card that came out is release. Okay. Release grudges, wounds, and pent up feelings through healthy activities. See what I'm saying? It's got a lot to do with some of the things, this fear and these self limiting beliefs, got a lot to do with you holding on to things that already done happened. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Forgiveness is not just for other. Forgiveness is for you to have the ability to do it, genuinely do it. Okay, especially if it means ascending. You know what I'm saying? Elevating, mastering yourself. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, and it's what you put into yourself. That's why putting in the work is out here. Okay, but we're gonna clarify because you got awakening. I mean, you could be going through an awakening, and sometimes even a dark night of the soul will have you in fear. You know what I'm saying? With self-limiting beliefs, because some people go through a spiritual awakening or a dark night of the soul, and they're like, okay, I'm seeing things, hangman, from a different perspective. I'm seeing it, possibly from that person's perspective from then. But damn, look how long ago that was. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna even want to hear what the fuck I got to say, up on that. Look how much time done went by. But the point is, it's not for you to worry about what they gonna respond, what their response is gonna be like. Your homework is to do it. Go do it. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize, like, going through AA, once you realize the damage you've done, some of it may be on repair, but the stuff that can be repaired, start repairing it. And the faster you repair, it's just like an old model car. The more work you put into it, the more you start to see how far you coming with it, and the more it's starting to, give you a lot more hope. And you working on it, you going toward it now with less and less hesitation. You know what I'm saying? You making less excuses to deal with it, tackle it, do the little finishing touches on it. Oh, I get around to it. Get to the point where you get excited about, the next thing you got to do. Like, man, it's already coming together. Like, man, if you had seen it from where it was before, it's like that. You should have seen how we was when we first, started working on this. That's what happens when people find out, or they run into a couple that been married like 50, 60 years, you know what I'm saying? Or 30 or 40 years. And they like, so, what's the key? Everybody want to know. Most people do ask them that. If you ask them couples, they do get asked that question a lot. But that's mainly because some people like that song Matrimony, like Seinfeld was saying, it's a roller coaster. You don't know what to expect. It's new. It's a new life with a new, with this person. Y'all doing new things. This is on a different scale. This is a new version of yourself that you stepping into with another person. So you're not gonna get a heads up. You're not gonna get you know um a lesson plan of how it's gonna go and what to do. You know what I'm saying? You kind of just you got to have that faith of knowing that you two are enough for each other. We got what we need to get through this. We have everything. We have everything we need. Everything we need is here. It's already with us. It's already in us. All we have to do is put in the work. Once we put in the work, we can move forward. We can go down the aisle. We can climb a mountain. We can, you know, you know what I'm saying? Canoe wherever we need to. We can boat. We can paddle. We can whatever together. But that's something that we, in when it comes to a couple, teamwork makes the dream work. So whatever dream you got for yourself, whatever, goals you have in mind, for your next step in marriage or your next step in your relationship or whatever, it's the work you put in to yourself and the person, the work they don't put into themselves that assures you that as long as you keep the work that you had to put into yourself in, you know what I'm saying, in mind, then you can do it together because both of y'all know what it took to get here. We went through some shit. We realized some shit about ourselves we didn't want to have to, admit, but it is what it is. I can't, fault nobody for having these ways. We all got zodiac signs. We all got sun, moon, rising signs. We all got, different houses we in from time to time when it comes to what we deal with and how we need to deal with it. But take the zodiac out of it. You're a person that needs to be responsible for the contract that how you see it, the scroll that you put together in the ethers to come here and learn this life lesson, whatever that may be, in part, of finding your purpose. Okay, coming into your purpose, remembering what your purpose is. You knew before you came. It's just the turbulence of getting here and being the darkest planet to be on, the most evil negative planet to be on, can make you forget your mind. You can get sidetracked. You can get caught up in, one phase of life for too long, and here you go. You know what I'm saying? Having to go through an awakening. And sometimes it takes trauma for some people to do that. Whether it's abuse, whether it's, a life or death situation, it's different for everybody. But you live through it. That's what faith, is. It's not meant for you to be comfortable. All right. But you're gonna have to release, the wounds, you know what I'm saying? The grudges, the wounds, the 10 swords that somebody done put in your back. You know what I'm saying? Jesus took some lashings. Some slaves, took some lashings. Some lived through it, some didn't. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes time to have to release grudges, wounds, and pent up feelings through healthy activities, like when you feel yourself doing something negative or thinking something negative, ask your angels to help you to transmute it to something positive. Hey, I'm doing that again. I need your help. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your actions. And sometimes whatever those actions are, it's something you can't take back. It's something that ain't sometimes able to even come back from. And it's hard to let go of it. It's hard to let go of it. Whether you the doer or the receiver. Because sometimes being the doer for so long will make it, extremely hard to receive it. To where you just tapped out. You know what I'm saying? Or you just completely unavailable. Because it's, if I don't face my tower, then I won't have to worry about one. Which it only has you going through more than you want to get to this. That's when you have people saying, well, that some folks just refuse to awaken because of what their responsibilities are and what they're gonna have to notice about themselves. You know what I'm saying? In the connection that they done had, whether it's a lover, whether it's family, whether it's with your children, whether it's with co-workers, different people that's like family. But you got putting in the work, action that helps achieve goals, building the path to success. So that's what I'm saying. The work that you put in, from releasing, recognizing your fear and what that is, and knowing that it's causing a lot of roadblocks for you. It ain't that somebody, creating them and sending you, all kind of, negative energy and stuff like that to, stop you and slow you down. Sometimes it's your own doing. It's your own doing. When you can catch, when you can journal about them things that you're thinking about before you speak it, or journal about it. Why am I, the thought I had to, whatever that thought is, write it down. And then write the solution, how you would rather see that turn out. You know what I'm saying? But you have to release it somehow. You know what I'm saying? But that's what your angels are there for. You're born with a fleet of them. You know what I'm saying? And they stand with you daily for you to call on them, to let them know, hey, I need your help. Your healing angels, your love angels, they are there to heal those broken hearts, those, wounds that you got in the back from people that didn't want to do nothing but love. You just wanted to be, at peace with somebody that wanted the same thing. And a lot of times somebody asking you what you're looking for, sometimes it's just a gateway for them or a cheat sheet for them to, play that role to get in there, because that's what you said. And that's why so many people reluctant to answer that question. What you looking for? What you looking for? You know what I'm saying? But let's see what's going on. Because these self-limiting beliefs is what's causing, it's from fear. But awakening is talking about, just the realization of things that, you don't see the same way as you don't respond to it the same way. You're not the same version of yourself you once were. It's a shift, discovery, two or one. It's a shift. You know what I'm saying? And it happens all the time. It happens almost in every season, every moon cycle. You're gonna have a shift. And right behind awakening is to spread your wings. Confidence that leads to freedom and growth. Once you leave that, you know what I'm saying, behind, whether it's a love for something you do, whether it's a love for somebody, whether it's a love for a thing, either way, you can limit yourself and how far you can get with that by how much you believe in what you're doing, how much you believe, that things ain't all, like they said, trouble don't last always. For some people, the morning do come, some don't. You know what I'm saying? Clarify self-limiting beliefs. That's just for my lovers. Clarify self-limiting beliefs. What's going on with that? I ain't gonna take it. This is the Queen of Wands that came out, but I'm not gonna take it because I don't know if it came. It fell on the floor. I don't know if it came out in reverse or upright. But clarify self-limiting beliefs. What's going on with self-limiting beliefs? You got the Temperance, Sagittarius energy. This is just going back to what I said when it comes to you being patient. You know what I'm saying? Finding that balance and leaning in on your spirit team and asking your spirit team for help and signs that you're gonna be aware of. Because I feel like there's people that will want to do, like I said, divination. I think divination got something to do with it, or it's the fact that they somebody is sending them something like divination. But I feel like that's, like I said, that's not always the case. A lot of times it's the fact that you just have to be, yeah. Because I'm also getting somebody is not very balanced, or somebody's very off balance. Like they're either insecure, jealous, envious, even. And maybe I should have kept that Queen of Wands because because the vibe I'm getting now is just with this temperance and this self-limiting beliefs is giving me like somebody insecure, somebody that doesn't love themselves genuinely. They might say they do, but they don't. All right, but I feel like it's the fact that somebody is realizing now they have to cooperate with others. Sometimes, and I remember somebody telling me that 2 years ago. They was like, you're gonna have to listen to somebody sometimes because you gonna mess around, you gonna hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it was just the fact that when I was angry, I didn't I didn't hear nothing. I could only hear my own voice. I could only hear me. So at the time, it was like years went by and I realized what she meant by that because I had found myself doing it. Naturally, just find myself doing it. And it could have been an awakening. Now I'm just saying naturally because it wasn't something I rejected. It wasn't something that I um struggle with, doing. I just didn't like listening to people that don't listen to people, other people. Like folks that have a hard time listening to authority figures or leaders or something like that. Those are the people I just had an issue with listening to or hearing anything they had to say. Because I'm like, how you can tell somebody something, can't nobody tell you nothing? That kind of thing. Like you can't be corrected. You can't stand to be corrected. You can't stand to be redirected. But you want to be the one doing, giving, calling the shots. Like, mm-mm. You gotta go. You gotta be somewhere before you get there. You gotta be on one level before you get to that level. You hadn't even got to that level before that level yet. So yeah, move along, scooter, skedaddle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, move it along. Okay, have several seats. But yeah, I got the temperance out here. So yeah, it's just cooperating with others when it comes to self control, doing things in moderation. Clarify the temperance, self limiting beliefs. Give me some more on this. Self-limiting beliefs with the temperance. Yeah. Got the Nine of Wands with the Judgment at the bottom of the deck now. Libra energy. Sagittarius again with the Nine of Wands. And I feel like for a lot of you, when it comes to lovers, loving yourself and cooperating with your spirit team is what's bringing you into this nine of wands, when it's, something that you probably didn't feel would happen, or don't, how you say it, second guess yourself about how far you come, because you're coming out as somebody that is of resilience, that exudes success. It's giving job well done. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a test of faith, test of truth. And that's not something that's going to go away. Your faith is always going to be tested. Because if you say you want something, or you say you're ready for something, it's just like basic training. You go in the military, you're going to have to go through basic training. But if you feel like, you can pass the PT and you see yourself working out, if that's something that comes natural to you, you shouldn't have a problem. But if it gets to the point where you get so much anxiety behind it, then you might want to second guess, going in. Because at first, when it was a thought, you was ready, you was geared. But now that the time has come, it's like, oh my God, okay, hold on. It's like that. And believe it or not, it does happen. You know what I'm saying? Some people can do something for years and be ready for something, and the day of, they're nervous. And they're, oh man, anything can happen. I know that's how it was my first time flying. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to. And at that time, so many years had to went by, planes and flew out the sky. I was like, Lord, here we go. But the experience was, it was more than what people said it would be. It was more than what I expected to be, and I wasn't as nervous the second time. But yeah, the first time, yeah, it was like, oh, that's the only. But yeah, you got the Judgment at the bottom of the deck and the King of Wands to the Magician in reverse. So yeah, could have been, somebody playing in divination as well. Virgo energy. And like I said, it could have also been, somebody being manipulative, using something to really play with your confidence and things like that, to kind of make you question yourself. You know what I'm saying? To play, in your energy like that. And I feel like somebody didn't realize just how close you are with the divine. Somebody didn't know how really um, strong willed you were or are. Okay. Somebody didn't realize that, but I feel like, whoever they are, shit, they know now. Yeah, they know now. A queen of cup, baby, they know now. Trust me. Trust me. And somebody giving the fuck up. They giving up their control. They giving up. Somebody is giving up and giving in. If they held back before, they ain't doing that now. And I feel like somebody may have done that because they were afraid of, somebody was afraid of not having the control of where a connection would go, or how it would go. And I feel like that's the way they controlled a lot of their connections. And I feel like it may have came from the fact that this person needed to release some wounds from past relationships, or this is both of you. All right. But it's like somebody in fear that somebody they gonna love like that again. They gonna give to somebody like that again, and they gonna get burned. They gonna get embarrassed. They gonna get made a fool of all over again. You know what I'm saying? And trust and believe. Some folks work their ass off as a partner to be, the earn partner at a law firm, and in case after case after case after case, and then they still don't end up, getting partner when they sitting at that long table and waiting on the name to be called, and they get more and more frustrated with that, more and more frustrated with that. So it's like, they feel like they're playing a game of cat and mouse. But somebody, now is being looked at, because of the fact that they endure. You're gonna be tested to see if you really want something. Because this judgment is about forgiveness. It's about, awakening as well. But I feel like this is something, somebody has became aware of, though. There's things that this person in your energy or you are aware of. Some yeah. So whatever you feel like, hurt so bad with these Ten of Swords, trust me, whoever it is involved with this, or whoever this comes to mind that may have caused or added to, some issues with you limit whoever this is with self-limiting beliefs. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, don't have to be. Right. And it don't have to be an air sign, but you got Libra right here with the judgment. And you got the King of Wands at the bottom, right behind this judgment. So it's somebody that has, that feels like they are your protector. You know what I'm saying? They know they were supposed to be and are and want to be your protector. But I feel like this is somebody that one time they, had some things that got in the way. You know what I'm saying? Like they gifts, they wasn't using, for good. It's like they also, had poor planning in there, wasted a lot of, they gifts, on negative shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of illusions. And I feel like there's people in, a lot of y'all's energy that is, moving off of illusions. They responding and hooking up and creating illusions for themselves, to try to be comfortable in the decisions they done made to keep from looking like they failed. And that's what the Most High, your spirit team, is wanting you to release, is that fear of failure. Like release that. You know what I'm saying? Don't, if you fail at something, it's okay. Damn. It is. It's easier said than done though, right? Clarify fear. Why is fear out here? Yeah, you got the King of Swords in reverse. With the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But yeah, somebody can have air in the chart. Don't have to be whoever this earth sign is. But I feel like somebody, is somebody hurt another person. Hurt people hurt people. That's what I'm getting. Yes, indeed. And I feel like there's some with the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse, and you got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. To the Justice. But yeah, this is somebody that knows they um possibly, listen to somebody, or somebody was involved with somebody that was like just very critical of other people. Also, somebody lacked some type of work, uh how you say it, ethic. That's why putting in the work is out here. With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this is like a lack of work. This is like, somebody not having a long-term goal to something. It's just, I'm doing something for the moment. I'm just doing this to pass the time. It's like that. It's like somebody, and you're not getting no reward from this. Like you putting the bare minimum into something and expecting. It's like you doing the bare minimum for this apple tree and only did not get no apples. Now you upset. Like you ain't even really taking care of the apple tree. You barely even put it in the ground good. And you ain't watered it in since you put it in the ground. You watered it when you put it in the ground, you ain't been back out there. But then you looking at the window at it looking for an apple or some apples to show up, but you ain't been back out there to tend to it. It's like that. And I feel like somebody didn't put a whole lot of work into a connection and expected, somebody to know. It's like somebody saying, it's like putting in some work into a connection and it didn't go anywhere. Maybe one person did, but that's not enough for, somebody to say, oh, we in a connection, or we in a commitment, we in a committed connection, or something like that. It's like somebody has to put in the work, and it feels like, there was a lot of impatience with something. Like somebody, was impatient with something not going somewhere, so they, say, spoke their mind, or yeah. Like somebody could have, spoke recklessly, their words could have hurt whatever they said or something like that. But it's about, somebody being fair, like taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like this is cause and effect. Like somebody gonna have to see like whatever somebody. I'm telling you, somebody, whoever this love read resonates with, there's somebody that they didn't do enough to assure somebody of something, even if they really didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? Or what didn't feel like they were ready for with the King of Swords in the verse, out with this fear. Because like I said, this fear is talking about somebody, afraid of failure. It's talking about, wasting time on negative thoughts. So if this King of Swords in reverse is, cold, abusive, you know what I'm saying, a dictator, injustice, manipulation, this is somebody that was, being in their south node with people that they normally deal with in their south node, and only to do this to somebody in their north node. And now that they in their north node, this person realizing I treated somebody like the people in my south when I was in my south node, I treated them like that. Just because they came along when I was in my south node. I was, afraid, yeah, if I put some more work into something or put some more of myself into something, that it ain't gonna go nowhere. So I'm gonna be this way or do this way for this little bit of time, and that, yeah. And I feel like there's, people or a person, a Queen of Swords in reverse, that may have been like a third party or somebody that was the reason why somebody felt the way they felt, or was being so cold or so emotionally unavailable. You know what I'm saying? Like, mm, clarify this King of Swords in reverse with fear. What's the King of Swords in reverse with fear? Clarify this King of Swords. Yeah, the Ten of Cups. But the Ace of Swords in reverse, not the bottom of the deck. And this is a missed opportunity for somebody because of how this, the fact that this person third eye was blocked for one, and this person was not using their intuition. They was not, like, somebody was not awakened yet. All right. But this is a miscommunication. This is what this person not being able to communicate and having a lot of confusion about where something would go because this person wanted this what they were being like this over. And it could have been a family thing. It could have been, some um this could have been the reason somebody was the way they were, but this is what they wanted. But because of like this miscommunication, they didn't get that. You see what I'm saying? They didn't get that. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, they didn't get that because this person needed to put in the work. Okay? What's the King of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Cups? Clarifying fear. What's the King of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Cups? Clarify the Ten of Swords in the King of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Cups. What's the King of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Cups? Yeah, you got the Justice and the Nine of Swords. With the Four of Wands, bottom of the deck. So this person, they could be taking some accountability, or this is the fact that this is justice being brought at a time somebody was unawakened. You know what I'm saying? And for them to be where they at right now, thinking the way they thinking, is the scales balancing out, because I feel like somebody else put you in this situation to think like this, and I feel like the fairness behind this is coming at a time where somebody was at a nine of swords or had you in a nine of swords, or this was them. Because now it feels like somebody's blocked in communication, like somebody in their head. They thinking about all the times that they, should have spoke up. You called or text or email or something and they didn't answer, and they left you in your head confused, like what's going on. And it's like this person, realizing, just how the cause of something got to where it's at. This is the effect of, what you did. And you did this out of fear. Got the four wands at the bottom of the deck with the six of cups in reverse. Person got to release the past. They got to let go and make new memories, because this is the things that they didn't release is the reason why they didn't go on this discovery. Two of wands in reverse. Why they didn't go and get the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is, that independence is that maturity. You know what I'm saying? Self-sufficiency. Like, I just feel like this person or whoever this is, even if it's you, it's the fear of the unknown. Not knowing what's gonna come, or not knowing how it's gonna turn out, not knowing if gonna have the tools you need, the integrity you need, the support you need from your partner and with yourself to be able to have something like a ten of cups or four of wands and have that harmony, and more this less disharmony. But you got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna feel confident in something if you know you ain't trained for it or you ain't ready for it. That's with anything. You know what I'm saying? Very few people can, get on board with something at the spur of the moment. But that's what a lot of people, some people can, because they done live many lives. So they past lives allowed, to have many skill sets. And sometimes they don't remember them until they in the midst of, being needed for something. And they spring right into action and you will never know. You'll never know that, and you'll be asking yourself, like, man, I don't even know. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. I just, start doing this, doing that, and shit. And that's when everybody started asking me to do it. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even never did this shit, like DJing or something like that. Like something like, man, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just up there messing around. You know what I'm saying? But some folks is like that. It's just the fact that they don't live past lives where they done did that stuff. They just don't remember. So somebody can be a jack of all trades. Clarify release. Clarify release. You got the four cups, the sun, and the high priestess. Somebody know what they need to release. Pisces. Somebody know what they need to release, and in order to get to their happiness. With this four cups, somebody with this four cups, somebody know what they got. They got to reevaluate what it was that they felt like or thought they would, doing to get to what this is, or whatever these cups of emotions or these um being compelled to say waves of emotions, somebody in and out of their emotions they feeling sometimes, like they hot one minute, cold the next, you know what I'm saying? They on again, off again, I love you, and then I hate you, or I can't stand. It's something like that. With the star at the bottom of the deck, child, what? Because now, like, somebody could be meditating, need to meditate more, and contemplating. And this also comes with boredom, being bored, like people doing things, you know what I'm saying? Sitting around an idle mind is a devil's playground. But somebody knows, they see, somebody's a seer too. But with this high priestess out here with the sun, child, somebody knows that they need to, you know, and it's like somebody need to release whatever something is, because I feel like somebody know what they need to release. And it could be secrets, it could be things, you know what I'm saying? Release grudges, wounds, and pent up feelings through healthy activities. Okay? Because whatever it is, it's not, something that somebody need to be holding on to when it comes to a divine feminine, or yeah, man or woman. It's like somebody needed to listen to their inner voice, or somebody listens to their inner voice. And it may be, a divine feminine that need to do this. So take it how it resonates. But it's giving, somebody's very intuitive. It's giving like somebody need to release whatever this is, so that somebody as a high priestess, it could be a Pisces that need to release. It don't have to be. It could be any water sign. But in order to get to their happiness, they're gonna have to re-strategize this 4 cups when it comes to this star. Clarify the 4 cups. What's that 4 cups about? So they, need to reevaluate because somebody's like rejecting offers or something like that. Yeah, 7 of Swords. Somebody want to confess. When it comes time for somebody to have to take responsibility and confess something and let go when it comes to, turning over a new leaf. It's also talking about, some truth being revealed. Somebody might want to come towards you and confess or release something, get something off their chest. Because they feel like if they don't, it's gonna get in the way of their happiness. Because somebody sees you as happiness. You the star. Somebody's a star. I'm just saying. Okay. So when it comes to somebody feeling like there's a disconnect between you and them, it's because they know they got something they need to tell you. It's something they need to tell you. You know and they know that intuition don't lie. And in order for temperance to be out here, somebody wants some balance to be restored, they're gonna have to give up whatever it is. You're gonna have to give up whatever it is that is keeping you blocked. Because if this person don't tell you what's going on, even if it ain't got nothing to do with you, because like I said, hurt people hurt people. Okay. So if this person don't tell you what it was in their past, they got them, thinking the way they was thinking, moving the way they was moving, and thinking that, you would come around, you would finally give in to whatever they actions or their behavior is. No. Mm-mm. And then you got the 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse now. So yeah, somebody was, kind of feeling like giving up, and that lack of confidence and motivation. Mm-hmm. It'll do it every time, especially when somebody know they got something they need to say, but they ain't saying it. And then it's like you're dealing with somebody that know it's. I hate that. Sometimes you just hate knowing or feeling, having that feeling, that nudge about something when there's somebody you really care about. You're like, man, I can't believe they doing, you know. And I seen it a lot in the Equalizer too. Like when she was giving her daughter, when Queen Latifah was giving her daughter the benefit of the doubt, not to do something only for her friend to assist her daughter with doing something her mama told her she couldn't do. But it was the fact that, she was like telling her daughter, the girl was telling her daughter, like, your mom was gonna be so upset with me, 'cause this goes against our boundaries, as friends and stuff like that. I honor her, I honor your mom and what she, wants for you. And this is gonna question our friendship if I, when I do this. You know what I'm saying? But like she said, your mom is not gonna be naive for too long because she's too intuitive for that. She's too smart. So one of us gonna have to tell them before she find out. And when she do, it's not gonna be an easy understanding for her. It's not gonna be an easy thing for her to just sweep it under the rug and let it go. It happened today. You're not gonna hear about it no more. No. So clarify putting in the work. You got the Knight of Cups in reverse. What's the Knight of Cups in reverse? Put it in the work. Put it in the work. Clarify putting in the work with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Yeah, you got the 4 of Wands to the 7 of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So yeah, you got the King of Cups that came out in reverse. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, somebody definitely gonna have to because I feel like this is some disappointment, because somebody had like some unrealistic way of showing something, that they felt, or a toxic way of showing how they felt or something like that. Action that helps achieve goals, building the path for success, put it in the work. So this person gonna have to put forth the action, you know what I'm saying, that then broke somebody's heart. It's the action that somebody did not take. It's the action somebody did not take that broke their heart when they broke your heart. Okay. So I mean, hurt people hurt people. So at the same time, this is somebody that's, maybe had some deceit going on, but and they could have been disappointed. It also is, some unrealistic way of doing something and expecting some type of realistic outcome ain't gonna happen. And then clarifying the Knight of Cups in reverse is this four wands, six, seven. I mean, yeah, the Six of Cups, Seven of Cups in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, and Three of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody now, is stuck. That could be letting go of the past. All right, and that was them not cooperating. Not being a team player. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's because this person, may have been in connections where they did most of the work, or they put in most of the work, and the other person really didn't want to cooperate with them, or didn't want to do their part, and just wanted this person to do everything. You know what I'm saying? And they could have been, just lack of cooperation, but it's also a lack of commitment too, like finishing what you start. That's a big, pet peeve of mine. Like I can't stand it. Like, don't start something. I mean, even if you start your Thanksgiving dinner, finish it. You finish, you know what I'm saying? If you can finish that, you can finish this project. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you need to, to execute your goal successfully, get to your goal successfully. Making sure you dotted all your T's, you dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like somebody knows that, in order to get this Four of Wands, or to, be in this happy home, and have this Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, this person is having to release the past. They're gonna have to let go of that, and whatever you gonna have to let go of the past. What happened, it happened. You know what I'm saying? This person didn't work with you. They, may have been in fear. If they did, that, it wouldn't, based on how you were compared to them and how they were, it was just like a clash of the titans. Okay, it's not for everybody. Okay, but the old version of you and the old version of this person is not what's going to work out now. It's the things that you both have came into view of now since being apart. Okay, and it's putting those things that you learned about past connections that brought you forward, front and center with where you at right now, even with this past person or the person you currently with, whether some of you done, uh, reconcile with some people, that is, slow burn. You know what I'm saying? You taking it slow. If it's somebody new, you taking it slow. They got their issues with past connections that they, having to put the work in with you to make sure they don't make those mistakes with you. So take it how it resonates. All right. But this is about new memories, and the only way you can make new memories with each other is to let go of the ones that, don't serve you anymore. Because if these people and you don't do what you need to do, then guess what? It's not gonna work. But if you already feel like it's not gonna work before you even accept the reconciliation, or you accept this new cycle or this new person that's in your life, before they can even really get to the comfort of popping you the question, you already done said it ain't gonna work. You already kind of, creating, narratives in your head that, this person or somebody before them played out, and you just like, okay, here we go. So it's best I just stay away. Don't. So it's basically what I'm telling you is, don't do what the person that hurt you did. Don't do a new person like that. And if the old person coming back around and they having to put in the work to take accountability with the justice out here and judgment that they, possibly is under or have been under, in order for them to get to whatever it is that existed with you or exists with you, if you're a new person, it's the fact that this person is going to have to let go of some things, some ways about them, past wounds and stuff that they may have created just out of fear. So imagine, if this person actually had a sword and stabbed you 10 times in the back. You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't even be for him to say or her to say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. I ain't, I ain't know the knife was this sharp. I ain't mean to stick you that deep." You know what I'm saying? I ain't know it was gonna hurt that bad. Or I ain't know it was gonna take you out. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 damn swords. It's 10 times. You did it you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody's hitting your heel in the store with the buggy 10 times. Come on now. Okay? Let's pull for this deck. I have my truth card, y'all. Hold on. I ain't gonna even hold you. My height be working against me sometimes. Ain't that some shit? I like my height though. Anyway, give me some truth for my lovers in this message. Give me some truth. Some hidden truth in this message for my lovers. Give me some hidden truth. My life is not as together as it seems. And they saying, I feel you even though we're apart. So if you feel like something, may not work out with them, if it's a reconciliation or something like that, they feel it. Any more hidden truth in this message for my lovers, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels? And we're gonna close out. Any more hidden truth? I feel you leaving me behind. I wish I had treated you better. Bottom of the deck. Anything else in this message for my lovers, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels? Any more hidden truth in this message? I love you unconditionally. Whether you didn't get it right the first time, that we had some bumps in the road, we this or that. I love you still. Not judging you, just sometimes I stay awake thinking about you at the bottom of the deck. One more. All right. This person is saying they're afraid to contact you. They're afraid. They have already tried and they didn't get the response. They ain't looking at, they're afraid of doing it now again. That's for some of you, not all of you or somebody in particular. But if they have not contacted you yet at all, they're afraid to. Give me one more in this hidden truth in this message from my lovers in the spirit on the angels. So you may have to, reach out to them, but ask your spirit team for a sign. But it's gonna take some time. Next card, I hope that you can forgive me one day. I told you. And for some of you, this person or you felt like you left that person before they could leave you. But they feel you leaving them behind because you further on your path and growth than they are. And they left feeling, where they left with what they having to repair about themselves to even get back to you. But they hope you can forgive them one day. And if this person ever lied to you, they regret, lying to you. And for some of you, this person, hasn't lied to you about anything, but there may be something, in the past that, they already told you. And this person looks for you everywhere. They hope they run into you, even if y'all ain't in the same city or state. And this person feel like you their person though. They do. But I'm gonna end it here, collective. Hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful. Make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe. I would love to have you. Until next time, I love you. Mwah. Bye.